This was one dot. This is not even the blush that you think it is.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we're talking about a white male makeup artist influencer that tried to come for Juvia's Place. If you don't know who Juvia's Place is a black owned beauty brand, and because of the fact that most beauty brands they make products that not really like great for people who have darker skin, that's people of color. And now Juvia's Place saw that there was a gap in the beauty industry where most products don't show up on black people or people of color, and they decided to do something about that. So most of the Juvia's Place products are highly pigmented so that they can show up on people of color's skin. So you're seeing colors like this on my lip that would show up more on my color than a faint purple. So most of their products are really like highly pigmented. So this makeup artist influencer tried one of their liquid blush, and his reaction was something.
Oh my fucking god. This was one dot. This is not even the blush that you think it is. It's not the real blush, it's this one. This is the culprit. And I'm not saying it's bad. I wasn't prepared.
Now the clip that I showed you was just clips that I saw from people that stitched this video, because he has deleted that video, the video where he was lamenting about how pigmented it was. And he did that because a lot of people had things to say, and the amount of people that had things to say were like from different shades of color. So it was not just people of color that actually said something about it. Let's check out their reaction to his initial video.
The makeup industry has made white people so entitled, because why are y'all so upset that the Juvia's Place blush might not work for you? Mind you, just because something has too much pigment does not mean that it's something negative. You just use less. And too much pigment is the perfect amount of pigment for darker people and black people, because that's who it was designed for. So I find it very sick that y'all are trying to turn this around into something negative when the product was made to be something that works for us. When something is released in the makeup world, we are typically not the first thought. We are always an afterthought, and we have to wait for shades to come out that work for us. So please let us have this one thing that worked for us right off the bat, and you can use the 1,000 or 1,000,000 other products that work for you. Thank you.
The Juvia's Place blush discourse is so funny to me because first, all the melanated girls are correct, like they are speaking the truth. But also, if the blush is too pigmented for you, just underpaint. Like, a guy should not be telling you what underpainting is. Like, congrats, you're being mansplained about makeup because you don't like inclusivity. But if you don't know and want to learn, underpainting is basically putting the blush first, then putting on your base product so that it kind of mutes it and makes it more natural. Or you could mix it with like a moisturizer or serum to sheer it out. Like, there's so many ways to use a pigmented face product. Like,
I guess all I really have to add to this conversation is this wasn't too much, but this is. Ooh-wee. Y'all be saying the quiet parts out loud.
Blush, it's this one. This is the culprit. And I'm not saying it's bad. I wasn't prepared.
Y'all know I was gonna say something. What makes you a makeup artist at the end of the day too is knowing what shades are for you and what shades aren't for you. First of all, we already know who Juvia's Place target audience is. Let's just start there. However, it is for everyone. It's for everyone. But just like how I ordered Petal Talk from She Glam, it was super light. Like, that one's not for me. Now, maybe if I was more fair, it would have been for me, but it was too light. So you were supposed to go lighter. And don't say, oh, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. You just don't know what you're doing. And you knew the girlies was gonna come for you for this. You knew it. You knew it. To come out, it was 1 dot. It's not for you. Sweetie, go a couple, maybe 3 or 4 shades lighter than that one, and you probably be good. I just don't get it. Someone help me get it.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God.
There's no such thing as too pigmented. Other people with different skin tones than you. I know it's crazy. I know it's wild, right? There are people with darker skin tones, darker than me, you know, that need a pigmented blush to show up on their skin, right? Right. So we all know Juvia's Place, right? The reason that these blushes are so pigmented, you see this really bright pink one, is so that they can show up on darker skin tones. Look at the difference. Look at the difference, y'all. This is the difference. And can we just say how gorgeous Juvia's Place's blushes are? I don't understand how something can be too pigmented. It's just not for you. Ooh. They make those blushes, those liquid blushes in other shades. They make them in lighter shades. So you purposely took a darker shade to put on your skin to be like, oh, it doesn't work. These are too pigmented. What is this? And it's absolutely horrible because it's putting out this narrative that there is no need for this blush color. There is no need for something this pigmented, and that's erasure. Inclusivity. Thank you.
Now, so many people were not happy with him. They were like, oh, he's being ignorant, or he's trying to act funny, and a lot of negative things were said about his reaction. Now, some people even did like a demonstration video to show how to use it and how it shows up on different skin tone, especially the darker skin tone.
Oh my fucking God. It's this one. This is the culprit. And I'm not saying it's bad. I wasn't prepared. That's all.
I saw in the caption that it said, how the heck do you guys make this work for you? And I'm assuming you're talking to Black people, because that's who this blush is mainly for. It was a choice because easily you could have gotten this type of blush and it probably would have given you the same effect due to the shade. But if I'm not mistaken, it looks like you have Barbie Rose. The first tip is to not put your blush right here. It's a common mistake when you're doing makeup. To each his own. There's no rules to makeup, but if you don't want to make a clown mess like that, it's good to put your blush behind the arch of your brow, like so. And I'm gonna put a little bit more because that looked like a clumpy dot that you had. So what I also like to do if you are going for a long lasting look is give her a little love, give her a little air. Y'all following? Y'all? And I like to take a nice angled brush and with it pointing down. Crazy, right? Because we both use a dollop of Daisy, and yet, let's try the other side, because I'm not getting, I'm gonna put a little bit more. Like, I'm gonna go crazy with it. Huh? All right. Could be looking different because I actually have like other products on because I was already doing my makeup. Let's do it again. It's good to keep, unless y'all want to bring it down, that's fine. But let's finish the makeup. This is what my makeup done. I set it with some setting powder. What's lovely about this is you can choose to wear it by itself, or you can pair it with their blushes, their powder blushes. You could probably do volume 5 if you want to match Barbie Rose. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I didn't have to tonight because that would have been... Let's give you some back camera flash love. Yeah. If anybody else needs any tips and tricks on how to use black products, because you are a makeup artist who is going to have some black clients, let me know. I've been doing makeup for 7 years. My name is Miss Tiana Nicole, like the princess at Juvia's Place. If you are using this creator as a sacrificial lamb to have all these black people pissed in the comments, shame on you. It's working. That's free promo, but shame on you.
The culprit. And I'm not saying it's bad. I wasn't prepared. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. It's also getting all over me. Oh my fuck.
Let's talk about this. Hi, my name is Des. I'm a professional makeup artist for the last 11 years, and I have so many thoughts about this whole Juvia's Place discourse. When I started doing makeup here in New York City, specifically in Brooklyn, Flatbush, East New York kind of area, 99.9% of my clientele were black and brown women. And I struggled so hard with finding products for my kit that would suit them. And that sent me down a rabbit hole of brands that would be able to suit my clientele. One of the brands that I came across that I have supported and loved in my kit and outside my kit in my own collection is Juvia's Place. And I love them for so many reasons. Reason number one is that there are shades in their collection for everyone. And when I say a fan, I'm not saying like I've purchased 1 or 2 things in the last 3 or 4 years as they've popped off. No, it's been 7 or 8 years and I have every single palette in my kit in my personal collection. I own their lip glosses, lip liners, blushes. All of it is incredible. For videos like this to be put out there without a care, without a thought, and kind of lazily, honestly. Because I own those blushes. I own these blushes. I own these blushes, and they're incredible for all skin tones. And I think it's really important that we have the conversation of, even when you're lighter skinned and you're not centered, it is your responsibility, it is your job to do your due diligence as a beauty consumer when you're supporting, reviewing, trying brands that you might not be centered in. Everything else is already made for us. Everything else has skin tones like mine at the forefront of their collections. And so if you want to participate in products that are good but may not be where you're centered, you just have to be thoughtful. And I'm going to show you how. That shade that human was using is not one I think I own, but I'm going to take Peach Rose, which was the first shade that I bought. I'm going to put a dot on my hand. I know that these products are pigmented, not because I've seen them on the internet, but because Juvia's Place makes beautifully pigmented products that are not just great for consumers, but are also great for pros. And so when you're using your brain to think about how to use products, all you need to do is explore them so that they work better for your life and your needs. Now, to be clear, I am a blush fanatic, blush bandit, if you will. Pigmented blush doesn't scare me. Then I'm going to take my foundation brush and buff away those edges because I don't want anything harsh going on here. I'm going to use that on my lip too with what's left. This Place lip liner in So Rare. No, Sweet Nothing, sorry. Sweet Nothing. I'm going to go in with So Rare on top. Darken it up a little bit. With what's left on my hand, I'm gonna put on my lip. Really pretty color. I'm gonna take the Juvia's Place lip gloss in So Glazed, one of my favorites. Then I'm going to take one of these. I think I'm going to do this like watermelon-y kind of shade. A tap. Boom. Pick up some pigment. Tap over the cream with the powder. These are so freaking beautiful. They look good on so many people.
And I'm not saying it's bad. I wasn't prepared.
I think this blush is too pigmented, you guys. Or maybe you're just using it wrong, pendeja. I mean, amiga! So here are several ways to make a super pigmented product work for your skin tone. Number 1, do not dot it on your face. Carajo. I never dot or draw stuff on my face because if you wear a lot of makeup, it's bound to move the layers underneath. You may look aesthetic putting it on, but I can clock your unblended blush from a mile away. A kilometer away. Apply it to a palette or the back of your hand. For me, I only need that much. And I'm going to work it into a brush. Start stamping it and you can see how pigmented it is. I posted about this a year ago saying I liked it. And I'm getting hate. People are saying, oh babe, it's not made for you. It's pigmented because it's not made for you. I literally said I liked it. Why are you trying to hate me so bad? Why are you trying to fight right now? So I evenly blend it on my brush. I love this especially for like makeup artistry. I can just barely tap my skin and I'm gonna start to get payoff. I barely have to touch at all to get the pigment that I like. I like my blush right here only. That's how I are. Lightly stamp it on. You don't have to drag on the face, just a toquecitos. Light touches, honey, like angel kisses. Since the product is so worked into the brush, it almost kind of like blended it for me. I really didn't have to do much work. I love this because it's so versatile. Another way to use it, for example, is mixing it with a serum. Okay, you can take any serum you like to change the finish or the coverage level and you mix it into your blush, and here you have like a very dewy kind of serum blush texture. And don't come at me with, oh, I don't want to get my hand dirty, because you know if Hailey Bieber does it, then you're all over it like white on rice. White. At the end of the day, I love the amount of pigment this has because it makes it so versatile. Like, most importantly, it gives pigment for our primas with deeper complexions. They shouldn't have to be doing the 50 layers of blush challenge just to get pigment on their skin, okay? This is a great option for deeper complexions and for makeup artists and people that just want a more versatile product. Y como dice el dicho, mamita, more is more.
I mean, this was one dot. This is not even the blush that you think it is. It's not the rear view.
Let's use that blush properly without being ignorant, okay? So I have 2 of the Juvia's Place blushes, the shades Marigold and Peach Rose. Just like anything else, get a shade that would fit your skin tone. I'm going to go in with the deeper one just to show that a color that is probably meant more for deeper skin tones than mine can work still. And I'm going to put it on my face, 1 dot. Because unlike the creator that showed, I'm not going to purposely use a product improperly to make a certain demographic angry for view. I like to use a damp sponge. This is from Beauty Bakery. It's one of their blending sponges, and you just tap it out slowly. Don't be going all willy-nilly crazy, acting like the pigment's gonna be concentrated and controlled. And look at that. She blends lovely, quite easily. Okay, we're gonna do this side. It's very easy. Oh look, it's overwhelming. I go to a different side of the sponge and blend more. Like, if you just take your time and use a product how it's meant to, it can look beautiful. No matter if it was intended for you or not, especially as a white person, we have everything. So I don't understand this need to make these black businesses seem like they're lesser than. Like, it's very interesting that this was the one you decided to use. And I also find it interesting that even afterwards, following up this video, there was a video commenting, there's a such thing as too much pigment. No, there's not. There's never too much pigment. If you're an actual skilled makeup artist or just makeup lover and you're using a product how it's directed, you would be able to use any product properly for your skin. Then even if it's still overwhelming for you, like this much, this is about how much blush I like to have. Get your foundation brush that you use to blend out your skin, the sponge, whatever. Go over it and it'll diminish it. It'll kind of make it a little bit lighter. Because if you're going to come on the internet and promote product, know how to use them. But we all know that you did know how to use it. Then you followed it up with an apology that was real half-assed.
Now, after the backlash that he got for his demonstration or review video, he made an apology video. And even that apology video, some people were still coming for him.
For the people that were offended by that Juvia's Place blush video from me, I am truly sorry. That was not my intention. I feel really shitty that anybody was offended by a video that I posted online. It was absolutely not my intention to brush over the fact that those blushes are so highly pigmented so that they will work on black and brown skin. The brand is a black-owned brand. It is a brand that will put black and brown skin at the forefront of every single brand launch. All of their products, their photo shoots, their video shoots. I don't want to bash a company like that. It was not my intention. I went out and bought that product in the first place because I do like Juvia's Place. I think they have some amazing products, and they have products that work for literally every single skin tone. And I think that's something to celebrate and something to support. And I feel shitty that my video suggests anything otherwise. I was in shock by the pigment and I just wasn't prepared, and that was my fucking bad. As an influencer, it is my job to do the research and to view a product in a way that's helpful, that's not hurtful. And I was just completely ignorant when posting that video. And again, that's my bad. That's my fuck up, and I'm really sorry if that offended anybody. I also didn't take the 2 seconds to remember or realize that this is more than just makeup for you. I, as a white person, have literally every single product catered for me, and I can use most, if not all, of the products that are on the market. So to finally have a brand that gives that to black and brown people, anybody with a darker complexion, I mean, that's not something that I should just shit on. And I do apologize for that. This is a brand that I personally love, and I would love to continue to support and buy from the brands. I personally don't think that I should be buying the blushes that just work for me and that look completely terrible on people with darker complexions. I mean, I just don't think that's something that we should continue to support. I will leave that up for discussion though, so please let me know your thoughts, because I'm seeing a lot of comments that simply say that this product was not made for me and that I should not be using it. Blush from them specifically takes this much effort and this much manipulation for me to use it on my complexion, and it's gonna look beautiful on people with darker complexions, and it's going to take little to no effort for you to actually see pigment, which I think is important. Again, it was my fuck up for just showing myself and my reaction to that type of pigment without realizing that it's catered specifically for people with those skin tones. I would like to continue using their products, but please let me know if that's something that you guys think is appropriate. This brand and what they stand for and who they make products for is super important, and I would love to support that. So I just don't want to offend anybody, and that was never my intention in the first place, and I am very, very sorry for those of you that I did offend. I want to bash a company like that. It was not my intention. I went out and bought that product in the first place because I do like.
I am not saying that your intention was to bash this company. Okay, I just want to point that out. But your videos are still up. I am not in any position to be able to say whether or not your apology was okay. But what I can tell you, as somebody who is just coming up on these videos today, it doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel genuine because those videos are still up. And the videos that I'm referring to are ones that make that product look bad. And the reason why that product looks bad is because of the way that it was applied on your face. Another reason why it looks bad is because that color and that level of pigment is not meant for your skin or my skin or anyone who looks like us. And if you are going to review a product from a company that is known to be inclusive to all skin tones, the deepest shades, you need to do your research. I saw another white creator use the same blush and took a very, very, very tiny amount and applied it to their skin, and it looked really, really nice. Their review was very tasteful. Yours was not. And I understand that you regret that decision. However, it makes me question how much that you regret it when those videos are still on your page.
For the people that were offended by that Juvia's Place blush video from me, I am truly sorry. That was...
Okay, but here's my question. If you didn't make that video to bash a black-owned brand, which apparently you know because you seem to be a makeup artist after going to your page and a makeup connoisseur, so you would know that Juvia's Place is a black-owned brand and they put people of color above people who look like me and you. So if that was not your intention to bash the brand, why did you make the video? You made it because you wanted to, your intention was to bash. Because you tried a blush that was not for you. Me knowing that I am what I look like, I'm a white person. If I were to grab that blush, it would not be to be used as a blush on me. I would be using it as like an eyeshadow. You can use it as a lip color. There are a lot of things that you can use a blush as besides a blush when they're that highly pigmented. You did it because you wanted to get clicks and views, and it worked, but all you got was huge backlash because it just made you look stupid. Not only how you applied it made you look like you don't know what you're doing, but speaking about this brand also makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. So if you are going to sit here and say that your intention was not to bash the brand, why did you make that video?
Now, here are my thoughts about the whole situation. When I first saw his videos, I felt like he was just being overly dramatic, and he didn't really have to go in on, he didn't have to be so dramatic in his response. Then I found a video of him trying the Rare Beauty liquid blush, which is similar to the Juvia's Place liquid blush that he was trying. And my first thought was like, you've tried something similar in a different color and you knew it was highly pigmented and you just have to use a very minimal amount. So why did you have that over dramatic reaction to the Juvia's Place blush? Why the difference in reaction? Then I watched another person's video, and this person was trying to insinuate that this kind of review is aimed at creating a kind of negative review or negative image for the brand Juvia's Place beauty brand, and to try and get them to change the formula. And I was like, I don't know. The person was like referring to how some brands will market some of their products towards people of color, blacks especially, and then when blacks have like put the brand on the map that is gaining visibility, then some white people will know about the brand and then they start complaining that, oh, it's not suitable for themselves, and then eventually the brand will now reformulate the product, and then it will now not be working as effectively for the original demographics that it was targeted towards. So when I saw that video, I was like, I don't know about that line of thought. But then I checked some comments of some videos and I saw a particular comment that made me go, okay, it seems like this person that said this thing might be right. Because in that comment, the person was saying, oh, Juvia's Place should have like two types of formula. One that is highly pigmented for people of color, and then the one that is not highly pigmented for people that are lighter skin, that are white, to be able to get. And the creator of the video that person left the comment was like, no, they should not change their formula, that you should learn how to use it if it's highly pigmented, that or you get a lighter color that will suit you. You don't have to use the deeper color. And I was like, it seems that person that said they are trying to get Juvia's Place to actually change the formula to suit their color might be right. And I was like, why? I know it happened a lot with a lot of hair products. I know I think it's Carol's daughter or some of those other OG hair care products for coily hair that a lot of people have started complaining about, that they've changed their formula since they sold it or something and they made it more mainstream or something like that. So I felt maybe that person that said that might be right. But my initial thought was, why is he so dramatic about the whole thing? He's a makeup artist, he's a makeup influencer, he's supposed to know how to make things work, and so many people have shown how to make it work for different skin tone. So I felt like his reaction was too dramatic, and he might have not intended to give Juvia's Place a negative review or negative image. He might have just intended to like get clout or something, I don't know. but the whole thing is a mess and people were not having it. Any which way, that's my thoughts about the whole situation. I would love to hear your thoughts about this whole situation. Do you think he had a malicious intent when he was doing the review? Do you think he was just trying to get a little bit of clout? Do you think, like people have said, he was trying to give Juvia's Place a negative image so that they can change their formulation and change some of their products so that it will suit a lot of lighter skin people and it will not be as targeted towards black people or people of color as it used to be, or as it is being presently done. Any which way, I'd love to hear your thoughts about the whole situation, so please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.